observing the rules of fair play. Any verbal, written, or physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated, will subject the violator to rejection, and may result in penalties being assessed against your team. Each one requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this competition at a high level of good sportsmanship. We ask you all to now rise, remove your hats, and honor America with the singing of our national anthem.
Whose blood stripes and bright stars through the perilous sky, o'er the ramparts we fought, were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets ran and bells were steaming.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is going to take a while. It's gonna take a while. All right. Yeah, these lights aren't gonna be quick.
Are these the five they introduced? I didn't even hear him do an introduction.
I didn't either.
Good evening from St. Joe's High School in Hamilton. It's St. Joe and Pleasantville in an important game in the Cape Atlantic League's United Conference. And St. Joe in the white, Pleasantville in the black, and the Greyhounds working the perimeter. There's a three on the way by Jalen Freeman, no good. The rebound taken off by Joe and Werty, and Wergy, a 6'4 senior. It's an all-senior starting lineup for St. Joe's. This is their senior night. Tom Williams along with George McNally. And our streaming coverage available, as you know, through primeevents.net. Working inside is Ian Brown. His shot's up no good, but it's tipped up and in by Marcellus Ross. His first 2 points. He needs 22 for 2,000. Down the lane, the shot's up no good by Valise. On the run, St. Joe, the layup is good by Wergy.
There's going to be a lot of action here tonight. Both teams are going to get up and down the floor, and a turnover here for Pleasantville.
So St. Joe leading 4-0 with a minute gone here in the first quarter, gets the ball back.
St. Joe's length has been a factor, at least early. They have an offensive putback and a couple defensive rebounds here. They are significantly bigger on the floor.
Ross starts a three, and he's fouled. He'll have 3 free throws. Marcellus Ross, with those first 2 points, now has 1,980 career points. He's going to become the 10th Cape Atlantic League basketball player to score 2,000 points in the Cape Atlantic League.
And they announced before the game that he's going to play next year at Caldwell. It's a good Division II school, nice campus. I was lucky enough to have one of our kids, Manny Perez, play up there, and he'll do really well up there.
4-0 St. Joe. Second free throw by Ross. He missed the first.
think the interesting thing tonight is St. Joe loves to have a lot of trapping from their zone, especially in the corners in this tight court here. You wonder with their length in the trapping how much space there'll be for Pleasantville to operate.
Game should impact the Cape Atlantic League seeding. Decision will be made on Wednesday morning. Missed the third free throw, so he made 1 of 3, and a turnover.
Yeah, sometimes when you get teams that want to play fast, they get on the road, an emotional game, they start playing a little too fast, and Pleasantville's had a couple turnovers earlier that show just that.
Yeah, no rhythm so far for the Greyhounds. Malik Bailey, the big guy, puts it in Ross's hands. He's closely guarded by Samir Jones. Two very good athletes. There's a pass that comes free. Across half court with it for Pleasantville is Jones.
Just not much space out there for Pleasantville to operate.
Freeman's pass intercepted by Ian Brown. Back to Brown in the lane. Feeds inside to Ross, but I think Brown may have been fouled.
Yep, we have a reach inside. That's on Freeman. I'm not sure if that's his second, if he picked up that first one in the corner against Ross or not.
It's Pleasantville's second, for sure. It'll come inbounds from Corey Blackwell, the 6'3 senior. He bounces it in, and Wergie chases it down. Pass is picked off by Jones. Jones to the basket, spins it up, no good. The rebound, they're still battling for it. It's out of bounds to St. Joe.
Yeah, Pleasantville looks a little out of sorts right now. Coach going to his bench a little bit, giving him a little life, and now they're coming with their full court pressure.
Jalen Freeman replaced by Noel Gonzalez, a 5'11 sophomore who played for St. Joe's last year. Sat out the first 30 days of the season, has been a force off the bench since becoming eligible.
Well, I haven't seen him play, but his dad was a heck of a player.
Yes, he was, on a great team, Pleasantville. In the lane, ball faked by Ross, closely guarded, couldn't get it off. You know how he gets it back? Blackwell penetrates in the corner. Brown for 3, off the rim. Rebound, loose still. Grabbed in there by Bailey. He goes up for a shot, and he travels.
But his length out there, again, they're getting second opportunities and limiting the opportunities for Pleasantville down here. And then there's still some size coming off the bench here for St. Joe in a couple minutes, too.
Scott Sagan, Tracy Williams, and Will Keene, the 3 officials here. 5-0 St. Joe. Jones with the ball. Jones, of course, played his first 2 years at Mainland. Jones, Vallis, and Freeman are all 1,000-point scorers for Pleasantville, though only Vallis did it all at Pleasantville. He's got the ball now, gives up his dribble, passes in the lane. They pass it out onto the wing to Jones. Fade away on the baseline is too strong, but the offensive rebound's up and good by Sam Growalt, the 6'6 senior.
It's interesting to see St. Joe all in man here. Earlier in the season, they played a lot of zone, especially against Atlantic City in that opening game of the season.
Blackwell gets it. They feed inside. The big guy misses the little layup, and it's out of bounds to St. Joe's. I think Bailey thought he was fouled, but he didn't get the call.
Yeah, but he also kind of double pumped in the air. He's big enough just to go up over top of anyone in that lineup just right now.
It comes inbounds to Bailey. He spins to the baseline. Difficult angle, hits the jump shot.
Yeah, really tough shot. He was behind the backboard, plus he brought that ball behind his head, too.
7-2. St. Joe on top here. They lost to Pleasantville, 80-73 back on January 23rd. Pleasantville ranked number 11, St. Joe number 16 in the online 25. Vallis to the basket, off the glass and good.
Yeah, he played through some contact too, and it's okay for the referees to let them play a little bit. You don't want to have kids on the bench in a game that means something to both.
Ross with a behind-the-back dribble entertains the fans. Feeds Brown, off the glass and good.
Very nice. Ross and Brown are a nice combination here in the guard spots.
9-4 St. Joe. Crossover by Jones in the lane, drops it off. The shot's no good by Alejandro Rosado, but he's fouled.
Yeah, that time he was able to extend the ball away from his body to let the referee see the contact on the shot.
Fouls on Brown, I believe. Didn't catch the official sign in the scoreboard we're looking at. They don't put it up. First free throw's good by Rosado. And here comes Elijah Jones, a 6'7" sophomore, into the game for Pleasantville. And Alanis Urbanis, the 6'8" junior, into the game for St. Joe. So both teams just got bigger.
And Urbanis is more of a perimeter player, too. So he'll cause a couple different problems out there for Pleasantville.
Rosado makes them both. It's 9-6 St. Joe. And a foul is called on Rosado.
Yeah, that would have been tough to miss. There are the only two there in the middle of the court, and they had the contact there trying to get to the ball.
His first, team's third. This game important, as we said, for the Cape Atlantic tournament seeding, but not for the United Conference. Wildwood Catholic has won that. This is basically for second place.
Yep, and for the seeding in the Cal tournament.
Right.
The Cal tournament should be a lot of fun to watch this year.
I agree. Blackwell with the ball, gives up his dribble, tries to bounce it inside to Bailey, and it's out of bounds off St. Joe.
Yeah, St. Joe is doing a lot of isolations, not a whole lot of movement, and that's feeding into Pleasantville a little bit because they just want to pressure the ball without having to move that ball from side to side. They're all in good position and able to get out and use that pressure.
Out high, Vallis. There's Jones. Top of the key, Gonzalez. They're working against this zone defense to penetrate. Vallis with a strong move and a reverse layup. He's got 4, cuts the lead to 1.
A tough finish among the trees in there, and there were 3 of them trying to stop him. Use the rim real nice to shield off the defender.
Blackwell with it on the right of the lane, gets it to Ross. Starts a move, spins baseline up off the glass and good. 5 points for Marcellus Ross, 5 of the 22 he needs to get to 2,000. On the wing, Vallis. Rosado penetrates, drops it back out. Three-pointer Jones off the back rim. Great rebound by Brown.
And he probably got hit on that board too.
Ross for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound loose, grabbed by Brown. In the lane, short jumper's no good. And Blackwell breaks the offensive rebound. Great feed by Brown. The shot's no good by Bailey. They got 3 opportunities, couldn't take advantage.
Yeah, Bailey's got to keep that ball high.
Jones spins it off the rim, and it's good. Samir Jones' first 2 points, and it cuts the lead to 11-10.
Yeah, I would think St. Joe probably wants to slow it down a little bit more than they are because Pleasantville wants to run.
Ross for 3, too strong. Rebound, they let it go out of bounds. It'll be Pleasantville possession. St. Joe Pleasantville sending Growalt back into the game. And Keyshawn Griffin, a 6'6" sophomore, comes on, along with Jordan Stafford, a 6'1" sophomore, played at Absegami last year. That's for St. Joe. Ball's loose. Rosado chases it down. Growalt. Out near half court is Jones, who quarterbacked the football team to an outstanding season. Terrific athlete. Down the lane, Gonzalez shots way off, may have been partially blocked. Battle for it on the baseline, and it's finally saved in there by Stafford. Here goes Blackwell, and a foul is called.
It's going to be on Gonzalez.
Correct you are.
Teams are playing hard now, and it's a little better basketball than the turnovers we had the first few minutes.
Comes inbounds to Stafford. He brings it out. Urbanis for 3. Missed everything. But saved by Ross. He hit it off a Growal, and it'll be St. Joe ball.
Yeah, Pleasantville player was kind of stuck there. He doesn't want to reach over the line to try and grab in case he drops it, but the St. Joe's kids did a nice job hustling with the ball.
Inbounds to Ross down the baseline. Up off the side of the backboard, no good. Rebound by Growal. Jones pulls up for 3. Back rim, no good. Rebound by Blackwell. St. Joe running, but they're outnumbered. Still into Ross. He tries to get it back to Blackwell, and it's tipped out of bounds.
Gonzalez is a strong defensive player, especially off the ball. There, he did a nice job of getting the ball side hand up to deflect that ball.
Marquis Mclaughlin, a 6-foot junior, checks in for Pleasantville. Yamir Diggs, a 5'6" freshman, into the game for St. Joe. They get the ball to Diggs. 3 on the way by the little guy. He missed it a little long. It's out of bounds to Pleasantville.
Well, I don't think we're going to need a shot clock here tonight.
No, they're up and down. It was an entertaining JV game, too. Won by St. Joe, 68-60.
Yeah, it really was.
Outside, Vallis shoots the 3. He got it.
It's a nice little set. They had a little brush screen for him on the opposite block to come to the top of the key, and he's very comfortable shooting that ball.
He's got 7. Urbanus down the baseline. Reverse layup is good. Strong move.
Yeah, another athletic finish, and here comes Pleasantville up the court.
Shots up and good, and a foul.
Yeah, you can't take a breath here. These kids are getting up and down the floor.
The foul's on Stafford. The basket's good. McLaughlin, who just came into the game, also has a free throw. It's short. Rebounded by Ross. 15-13. Pleasantville by 2. Ross at half court. Passes left wing. Stafford. That's Diggs. He penetrates in the lane. Ball tipped away. Grabbed by Jones. Lead pass to Vallis. And he's fouled.
Tell you, really a nice pass there by Jones. I think he was trying to come ahead to Gonzalez, but they jumped in front of him, and he was able to pull that ball back and hit Vallis in stride.
The foul's on Urbanus. His first, team's second. Possession, Pleasantville. Down the baseline, Jones puts it up off the rim, no good. Rebound cleared by Rosado. And the ball's out of bounds to Pleasantville. It loses it out of bounds.
Yeah, when you get that defensive rebound, if you turn your back to the floor, it allows the guards to come up and press you because you're not an option to get the ball up the court.
Jalen Freeman back on, replaces Growalt. Just 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Pleasantville inbounds to Freeman. A lot of contact. Freeman to the baseline, off the glass, no good. The rebound by Urbanus. He's double teamed in the backcourt, and they can't get it down court. So the first quarter ends with Pleasantville on top, 15-13 over St. Joe in this United Conference game, battle for second place. If you're planning a party and want to make it special, get It's a Rodeo custom on-site catering involved. Rodeo Catering has provided a wide variety of food and drink to gatherings all over New Jersey, from birthday parties to wedding receptions to spectacular tailgating at major sports events. When you plan your next event, make your first call to John Rodeo at 609-839-6209. You set the date, they bring the party. It's a Rodeo Custom Catering. Email them at itsarodeo@gmail.com. Don't forget, on 97.3 ESPN, when we're finished, the 76ers will play the Boston Celtics. Fresh off a win over the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, totally different team you have out there tonight. It'll be interesting to see how they match up with the Celtics. This is why they made those trades, to try and jump up and be able to beat them this year.
Pleasantville possession as we start the second quarter. The Greyhounds lead 15-13. Pleasantville 16-5. St. Joe 15-4. Butch Warner in his 8th season, 106-77. Paul M. Rodeo in his 5th season, 85-38. In the lane, they get it out on the wing to Gonzalez. He's down the baseline, shot no good. Rebound on the floor, picked up by Ross.
Yeah, Ross doesn't really come out of the game very often. He's Coach Rodeo's security blanket, and a pretty good one, too.
Out high, they get the ball. Does St. Joe. A double team. The ball's knocked loose and stolen by Gonzalez, and he hits the floor. It's going to be a foul, and Gonzalez will go to the line.
Yeah, Gonzalez did a nice job. That wasn't his man. He saw the offensive player pick up his dribble and turn his back to him. He jumped from behind and was able to knock it away. He's really strong off the ball, but Pleasantville as a whole is doing a nice job guarding the ball.
Gonzalez with it in the backcourt. Gets it on the wing to Vallis. He's at the top of the key. McLaughlin with the ball. There's Jones on the right wing. Skip pass, almost intercepted, comes loose. Freeman chases it down. He's double teamed in the corner, in trouble, and it's out of bounds to St. Joe.
Yeah, I think he actually stepped out and missed that one, but then he dribbled out. They couldn't miss that one.
Butch Warner wants a timeout. Timeout Pleasantville. With 7:03 left in the first half. They win. St. Joe possession. They trail by 2. Quickly across the timeline is Stafford. They swing it right sideline. Down the sideline. Pressure. Stepped out of bounds. It's Pleasantville possession.
Yeah, no, I've said it a few times. Really impressed with Gonzalez defensively. Offensively, he has some things he can learn, but defensively, he's a high-quality varsity player.
Brown's back in for St. Joe. Jones brings it across the timeline. Right swing to Freeman. Vallis. Crossover in the lane, stolen away by Ross. Here he goes, racing down court. Jones on the defense, puts it up, no good. Rebound grabbed by Ross, puts it up too strong. Ball tipped around. Finally, Brown has it. He makes the little layup.
They're getting after the ball. Here comes Pleasantville up the court quickly.
Freeman has it tipped out of his hands and out of bounds. Coach Rodeo doesn't agree. It's Pleasantville possession under their own basket.
St. Joe's doing a nice job taking away the lanes. Everything that Pleasantville gets around the basket, they're working for.
Freeman tries to save it, and he doesn't. Now it's stolen away. To the baseline is Freeman, and he's fouled. Tight quarters here. Fouls charged against Blackwell.
Yeah, the tight quarters and the big bodies, so that takes up even more space.
Freeman with 17 points a game. Scored 1,000 points. Played his freshman year at Wildwood Catholic. The last 2 at Middle Township. Makes the free throw. This year, McFadden, the 6'2 senior, checks in for Pleasantville. Greyhounds by 1.
Pleasantville uses a ton of people on that bench, and the style they play, it works for them.
Freeman makes them both. 17-15. Blackwell with the ball. Puts it in Ross's hands in the backcourt.
Freeman, a lot of intelligence there. He's got at least one foul that he backed off so he wouldn't pick up another cheap one.
Blackwell swings it. They get it to Brown on the right sideline. Blackwell starts down the baseline. Makes a nice pass, a little bit high, trying to get it into the hands of Ross, and it's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Pleasantville.
That's some of the better movement side to side that St. Joe has. I think that'll help them. That way it takes away some of the help defense from Pleasantville.
Comes in bounds. Ross misses a little shot. Rebound by Vallis.
That was a tough pass to get to him.
Yeah, but he's missed some close shots here. Vallis with a strong move. Thought he was fouled. Missed the shot. Brown with a rebound. And trying to get it ahead. Throws it over the head of Jordan Stafford and out of bounds.
Yeah, it was tough. He was going one way, and he tried to pass back right. It's always tough to control your body and gauge how much to put on the ball.
McFadden brings it across the timeline to McLaughlin. Here's a 3 on the way, and it's good by Vallis. He has 10 points here in the first half. Last time I saw him, he had 33 points and 23 rebounds against Atlantic City. So he's playing at a high level.
Yeah, and he likes that top of the key. He's hit 2 threes from there now.
Right side, Stafford. Brown 3 from the corner is good.
Yeah, you're waiting for him to get an opportunity. Again, the movement from side to side is going to get them some opportunities on the weak side.
7 for Ian Brown. Pleasantville by 2. Here's Vallis again, and he hits another 3.
Oh, he's just showing he doesn't have to be at the top of the key. Even from the wing, he can hit that one.
13 points for the 6'6 senior. Stafford starts a move, pulls up, gets it back outside, now in the hands of Ross. Back to Stafford, open for 3, rims the basket, no good. And the ball broken loose, finally comes to Jones. Jones is fouled. Grabbed pretty much by Ross.
Yeah, that was an aggressive foul there. Wasn't a whole lot he was going to be able to get away with right with the referee to the left of him.
And he's not in the act of shooting, they say, so Jones was all lined up at the foul line, but
I thought he was going to shoot fouls too.
Joe and Wergie back into the game for St. Joe. Gonzalez is back on for Pleasantville. Comes in to Freeman. Jones starts a move. Jones in the lane, and he's fouled. This time in the act of shooting for sure. And he'll go to the line.
Good, smart move. This is the smallest St. Joe lineup they've had maybe all year. I haven't seen him play with these 5 on the floor. And he attacked the rim. He's athletic, and he was able to draw the foul.
We're trying to keep track of the fouls here, but one of these officials gives the signals backwards. The first free throw is no good by Jones. Pleasantville by 5. 4:24 left first half. Second free throw is no good. Blackwell with the ball for St. Joe. Across the timeline, gets it to Brown. Blackwell spins to the baseline. Jump stop. Shot no good. Blocked. Rebound by Ross. Up. No good. Rebound by Vallis. Pleasantville with it. Here goes Freeman across half court. Freeman in the lane. Double teamed and fouled.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. The ball was extended. He's definitely hindered him from bringing the ball up to pass or shoot. So have to make that call.
Fouls on Nwurji. His first, team 6th. And back into the game for St. Joe is Alanis Urbanis.
Yeah, Bailey must have picked up a couple early fouls.
Freeman with a pair of free throws. First one, back rim, front rim, no good. Well, actually only had a one-on-one. (23-18). Possession to St. Joe after the missed free throw. Comes into Brown. Blackwell pressured in the backcourt, gets it across the timeline, feeds Ross, back out to Blackwell on the wing. Ball loose inside. Brown dives for it, ends up sitting on it. Now they scramble, and they call a jump ball, a held ball, and the possession will stay with St. Joe on the arrow.
Yep, both kids got on the floor, both kids get up, and just good hustle. Nothing more than that needed.
Blackwell to inbound. Ross on the wing gets a screen, goes down the baseline, bounces all the way into the corner. Urbanis drives, floats it no good. Ross with a rebound, and he's fouled.
Ross has had his hands on a lot of offensive rebounds. He hasn't always been able to pull them in, but really getting to the boards and helping his team.
Fouls on Jones. And on the line will be Marcellus Ross. He has 5 in the game, 1,983 in his career. First free throw, back rim, and drops in.
This is tough for Ross because all 4 of the Pleasantville guards can switch out and do a nice job of guarding him. So everything he's going to get tonight, he's going to have to work for. That's why he's getting to the glass to try and get some easy opportunities there.
Second free throw is also good. He's got 7, 15 away from 2,000. Pleasantville up 3 with the ball. They get it in the sideline to Freeman. He skips it all the way across court to White. The shot's no good, by Jones. And the rebound taken off by Brown. Urbanis with it on the left wing. Urbanis drives the lane, scoop shot's good.
Yeah, it's tough. He picked up his dribble at the foul line, but was long enough and able to extend to the rim.
Freeman down the baseline, makes a nice move, puts it in off the glass. He's got 4 points. Pleasantville by 3.
Oh, really nice move. He avoided the contact, was able to get up on basket side of the rim.
Ross for 3, straight on, back rim no good. Rebound, grabbed, saved in there by Nwurji. Here goes Ross down the lane, layup too strong. And Valise is tied up by Ross in the battle for the rebound. Pleasantville will maintain possession on the arrow.
I think Ross got a little lucky there. He was reaching. The referee couldn't see behind him. He got a good bit of hand there, so he's very thankful to go into the bench without a foul called there.
He'll rest. They bring in Yamir Diggs to replace Ross. 25-22, Pleasantville by 3. Jones works from the wing, down the baseline, off the glass and good.
Real athletic finish. Here's Gonzalez.
Steal by Gonzalez. Loses the ball on the baseline, goes and gets it. Now it's loose again, and it's out of bounds to Pleasantville.
Yeah, strong defensive play. Might have been better served if he passed that ball out of that steal, but was able to get possession of the ball and keep possession there as he hustled to keep it in bounds.
Alejandro Rosado checks back in for Pleasantville. Gonzalez sits down. Comes into Jones. Jones rocks a couple of times. He's going for traveling.
Yeah, he slid that back foot. He saw the big guy on him. He wanted to go to the rim, but just took a little back step there that hurt him.
It'll come inbounds from Blackwell. Puts it in the hands of Diggs. Oh, 5'6" freshman is a battler. Brown.
He fought through some contact up there.
Yeah. Diggs back to Brown. In the corner, Blackwell for three. Rims the basket, hits the glass, and drops in.
Yeah, more ball movement for St. Joe, the better.
He's got three. Jones spins to the baseline and is fouled. We'll see if it's in the act of shooting, but there'll be some kind of shots because they're over the limit.
Yeah,
fouls on Diggs.
Now St. Joe's a little stretched out, whether it was the threes that Vallis hit or not, with the big on the bench maybe. But now Pleasantville has those lanes to the rim.
On the line is Jones. First free throw's no good. And the rebound taken off by Urbanus. He's missed 3 free throws, Samir Jones.
Didn't seem happy about it a minute ago either.
Urbanus gets the ball. They swing it to Blackwell. And pass tipped out of bounds by Pleasantville.
Yeah, a lot of standing that possession for St. Joe. Although they were reacting to the pressure, a little movement off the ball, and that'll really hurts Pleasantville as they're trying to attack the ball.
Comes inbounds in the backcourt to Stafford. Blackwell penetrates, whips it to Urbanus. Starts a drive, backs off. Brown for 3 deep, off the rim, no good. And it's going to be Pleasantville's ball.
Yeah, Brown's a good-looking shooter. He was able to nail one earlier. I don't think Pleasantville want to give him too many clean looks from 3.
The lob into Jones. Spins down the baseline, pulls back. The shot's no good. They're going to call a foul on Diggs.
Yeah. There's about a foot size difference there, so Jones wanted to get that ball in attack. He ran to the post, shot a little fadeaway. I don't know if that was necessarily what Coach had in mind, but was able to draw the foul.
On the line is Jones. He makes this one. He'd missed 3 in a row.
Yeah, he got up on his toes that time. The crowd's letting him know about his foul shooting percentage now also.
Second free throw is good. 6 points for Jones, 4-point lead for Pleasantville. Blackwell gets it to Diggs, penetrates, pulls up from 15, off the rim, no good, and it's out of bounds off St. Joe. Here comes Ross back in. Diggs will sit down.
Yeah, they got Freeman through most of this half without picking up that next foul. So that's why Gonzalez is for him now in the last 50 seconds of the half.
Wallace brings it out to McLaughlin. To McFadden. They pass it around the perimeter, trying to get that last shot if they can. 35 seconds left here in the first half. Out near half court is McFadden. Now Gonzalez penetrates down the baseline, off the glass and good. Good drive.
Yep, and the help was a step late, gave him that crease to the rim.
Blackwell with the ball. And it's out of bounds off Gonzalez's foot, so it'll be St. Joe retaining possession.
Yeah, you wonder if they try to screen to get the ball into the post here.
From the corner, Brown for 3. It's good with 3 seconds left.
But that was nicely done. Pleasantville pressured the ball with 2. The second pass out of the trap opened up the 3 in the corner for Brown, and he was able to knock it down. That's a big possession. That cuts it down to a 1-possession game at half on the banner, and the two brothers finished only 55 points apart from each other. Dave Ordilio to have the distinction of having me as his assistant coach. I think I got more technicals when I was assistant coach than he did as the head coach.
All right, St. Joe's starts with the basketball. Blackwell will inbound. It comes in to Urbanus down the baseline. Reverse layup's no good, and the rebound taken off by Elijah Jones. Quickly down court. Vallis shot hits the side of the backboard. It's out of bounds, but last touched by Urbanus. It'll be Pleasantville possession.
Yeah, no Bailey to start this half. I don't think he was hurt, but they're going with the smaller lineup.
Comes into Jones. Jones in the lane. Floater is good.
Yeah, the last few minutes of the first half, and now Jones is getting to the rim. He's not settling for that jump shot.
Pick gets Ross free. He throws it up off the glass and good.
Yeah, he had a lot of bounce off the rim in the first half. That one bounced in.
9 points for him. To the basket. Vallis lays it in.
Yeah, no one there to protect the rim. Vallis is not the rim protector that Bailey is.
15 points for him. 5-point lead for Pleasantville. Brown on the right wing. Top of the key, Ross. Ross. Back to Brown. And now Ross with it again. He finds room down the lane. Puts it up off the glass. No good. Tips the rebound and follows and is fouled.
Yeah, Freeman went for the little ball fake there and jumped out to the right, and he opened up the lane for Ross. The miss, but again, the kid's competing on the glass.
Second foul on Freeman. First team foul of the second half. 7 minutes exactly left third quarter, and Marcellus Ross with 9 points steps to the line for 2. Missed it. He's missed 3 of them.
Yeah, it hasn't been a great show of foul shooting here tonight.
No.
A lot of it's on this basket, too.
Ross trying to hit double figures. He'll join his teammate Ian Brown. And he does. They each have 10. 35-31. Jones down the baseline. Throws it up off the side of the rim. No good. And the rebound loose. Tipped around. Finally grabbed in there by Brown. He gets it out to Ross. Ross beats him down court. Lays it up. Good.
Yeah, there's a little contact there at half court, but nicely let go by the referees so the kids could finish the play.
Freeman holds. Vallis with it. Gets a screen. Pulls up. Swings it left side. That's Elijah Jones. He feeds into Vallis. Shot's up no good, and he's fouled.
Yeah, the clean strip there at first as Vallis is making that move, but then he got fouled from behind.
Urbanus draws the foul. First against St. Joe. Pleasantville up 2. Jacob Vallis steps to the line. He has 15.
Yeah, Coach Roddy was looking for a travel there on that first drive, but it was deflected. He did lose control, and he came to the ground before he gained possession, so that was just a loose ball.
He missed the first one. We are not going to send the foul shooting statistics to the Hall of Fame for this game.
No, I was going to say we could have the Ordillies come in here and give us foul shooters. They could shoot some fouls.
Yeah, Paul Ordilli probably right now could step to the line, hit 2. Missed the second one. Rebound by Blackwell. At the other end, Ross pulls up, shot no good. Goes for the rebound, but it's controlled by Elijah Jones.
But great defense by Freeman, not to foul, but cut off the penetration.
Samir Jones forced it up, missed it. Rebound Urbanus. Here's Ross. 3 on the way. Off the rim, out of bounds. Last touch by Brown. It'll be Pleasantville possession. Greyhounds lead by 2. 6:01 left, third quarter.
Well, if you're scouting these teams here to start the second half, you're not writing down much. They're just getting up and down the floor, not a whole lot of execution.
Freeman across half court. Samir Jones double teamed, in trouble, held ball. They'll keep it, but they lose the arrow.
Yeah, this is some of the half-court trapping. I think that was out of their man. They just jumped the first pass. But this is what St. Joe had a lot of success with early in the season.
Crossover. Freeman jumps top in the lane, gets it to Samir Jones. His three's off the rim. The rebound's loose, still loose. Finally grabbed by Vallis, and a foul is called on Ross, I believe.
And it's at least 2. We'll see if Coach Rodeo goes to the bench to find out if it's 3 because we can't see from our angle.
Yeah, we missed a foul or two because the signals are given away from us and there's nothing on the scoreboard we're looking at. It comes inbounds to Elijah Jones. He gets it right to Samir Jones. Pulls up off the glass good, and he's fouled.
Yeah, good strong finish. He finishes with his left hand on the right side, so he's bringing the ball back to the defender, but he's athletic enough that he's able to take the bump and finish.
We think that's the 3rd foul on Jordan Stafford. Gonzalez checks back in for Pleasantville. Samir Jones trying to complete a 3-point play, and he does. He has 11. He had missed 3 of his previous 5 free throws. 38-33 Pleasantville. St. Joe with the ball. Ross tipped away, but it comes to Brown. Urbanus in the lane. They bring it out to Brown. His 3 is good.
It's good. They don't want to lose track of him. If he gets hot, he can change the game the way he can shoot a ball.
That is his 3rd three-pointer, and timeout is called. With 5:03 remaining in the 3rd quarter, it's Pleasantville 38, St. Joe 36. Atlantic Care Urgent Care Centers are located throughout South Jersey, staffed with board-certified providers, registered nurses, and X-ray technologists. They provide care for non-life-threatening emergencies and illnesses 7 days a week, including holidays, without an appointment or long wait times. X-ray and lab services are right on site. If the unexpected happens, it's the urgent care you know you can trust. For a complete list of hours and locations, visit atlanticcare.org/urgent.
The impressive thing is how the Pleasantville guards are defending Ross. They're staying in front without fouling them. It's really good fundamental defense and fun to watch.
St. Joe lines up in the zone, then double teams. I think Pleasantville called timeout.
Yeah, this is what I was waiting to see from the beginning of the game. This zone trapping with their length is really difficult with the smallness of the court to be able to find passing lanes to. So you almost have to force them to attack quick. Now, Pleasantville doesn't mind doing that, but if you hold the ball a little bit, they're going to be there to trap you.
So 8 seconds after one timeout, we get another one because he was in trouble on the sideline. 4:54 left, 3rd quarter. It's 38-36. Pleasantville on top. And the ball belongs to the Greyhounds.
Now they've switched their zone. Now they're more of a point zone. It looks like a 1-2-2. This was the trapping in the corner from what I saw earlier in the season.
And again, a double team on Jones, but this time he's fouled.
You almost have to overload the side here, bring 4, if not 5 bodies over because they have you outnumbered there, and with their length, you can't see the pass across the court where technically the player is open. So they may have to bring someone to the high post and then the hit opposite or the penetration from the high post.
Marquis McLaughlin's back in. Elijah Jones sits down. Cross-court pass. Gonzalez drives, loses his footing, and travels.
Yeah, he was a little off balance there. Good penetration. It was the right thing to do, but he had to be able to jump stop, keep his dribble alive, and get out of there, or at least pass the ball out. Taking that Euro step at his size against the length of the players in front of him wasn't going to be successful.
Now, I don't know, officials were called to the table. And I'm not sure what's going on. 2 officials have huddled up at the center of the court, as you can see. And I'm not sure.
Well, Bailey's back in the game. That's good to see. I was concerned that maybe he had hurt that knee, that he had surgery or at least injured last year.
Ross with the ball in the lane. Puts it up. It's good, and he's fouled.
Yeah, they came across. That time they didn't move the feet well enough to get in front, and they challenged, and he got hit across the face to finish.
Samir Jones draws the foul. It's the 2nd team foul, but a free throw coming from Ross, who has 14 of the 22 he needs to get to 2,000. Free throw coming. He hasn't been great on the line. Well, 4 for 7, which isn't great. Lines it up. Missed it.
Now 4 for 8 is even less great.
Down the other end, the shot's up no good. The rebound taken off by Bailey. Here's Blackwell. Ross for three. Yes.
That was a quick release from the corner, and this zone for St. Joe is really causing Pleasantville some troubles.
He's got 17. More important to them, St. Joe has a 4-point lead. Freeman into the lane. His shot doesn't fall. They waved it off anyway.
Yeah, they went a 5-wide set against this 1-2-2 zone, almost matching up. They were able to make the skip pass, and Freeman was just athletic enough to get through the traffic. And there's some big bodies out there.
Inbounds pass tipped by Brown, stolen by Blackwell. Lead pass to Brown. He lays it in.
And what a great pass by Blackwell, too. Hit Brown on stride.
That was well executed on so many levels.
Yeah, no high post here for Pleasantville.
Vallis loses the ball to Ross, and Ross lays it in at the other end. 19 for him. He's 3-pointer away from 2,000 points.
And he's gotten that quickly in the second half.
On the wing, Gonzalez. They get the ball in low. Vallis is double teamed at the baseline. Almost turned it over. He does.
Yeah, they have to get in and hit opposite there from the high post, even though he wasn't really in the high post. It's kind of like mid-post there. But the high post is where they've got to attack this. And there isn't anything wrong with setting a screen here against the zone. I know that's not real popular, but this aggressive trapping zone, they need to make them think a little bit.
So now we're in a position where Marcellus Ross could score his 2,000th point at any time because he's 3 points away.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was going to get there for most of the first half, but he's definitely gotten to the ball in the basket here to start the second half.
The foul here is on McLaughlin. He's replaced by McFadden. And also coming into the game for Pleasantville is Rosado. Urbanus into the lane, spins to the baseline, up no good. Ball tipped around, finally grabbed by McFadden. He fires from the wing. Three's no good. Rebound ripped down by Bailey. Lead pass to Brown. Back to Bailey. Drives the lane, no good. Rebound Vallis. He's on the run. Cross court to Freeman.
Bailey still down.
Freeman feeds Urbanus. You're right, Bailey down. I couldn't even see him because he was below us.
Yeah, he's grabbing the other knee now. But him and coming back in this game has really changed things because of his length defensively. It's a shame he tried to get a little too cute for that finish. He makes himself small when he tries to score the ball. He was up above those players. He just needed to stay up there and unfortunately put his body in a bad position.
He's flexing the knee a bit now. But he's limping.
Yeah, he's got to come out of the game. It's tight down here. You can't see. I know the cheerleaders are up here on the stage. I'm not sure if he slipped on something or hit anything. We can't really see from where we're sitting.
But he does, as you said, come out of the game. Keyshawn Griffin checks in. Here's Ross. Ross feeds inside to Urbanus, who lays it in.
What a great cut, but nice little flow movement there by Urbanus to get to a spot, allowing Ross to see him.
St. Joe has opened a 9-point lead. Down the lane, McFadden a little bit out of control. It was collision, but they call a travel.
Yeah, defensive player held his ground, stayed straight up and down. That technically is not a foul, and a good thing the referee didn't call it. The one thing you know for sure, Pleasantville's pressure isn't going to go away. So with a guard like Ross, that helps a lot, but the other players are going to have to handle the ball too.
Down to Brown. Then they back off. Driving is Blackwell. Here's Ross. Passes up the three. Drives the lane. The shot is good. He's a point away.
Nice left-handed finish. Used his body in the air. Heck of an athlete, too.
At the other end, a shot up and good by Freeman. A strong drive. He's got 6 points. They're the first two since the first quarter. Still St. Joe by 9. Urbanus to the basket is fouled.
Yeah, Freeman down the other end wasn't going to be denied, but Urbanus, too, he took a long first step. But he was long enough to be able to get the contact and still try to be able to finish.
On the line, Urbanus. His first free throws.
Yeah, big arc on there for a kid that's decent size. You usually see the bigger guys with a little less arc.
Second free throw is good. He averages 7 a game, and that's what he's got right now.
Staying in that zone for St. Joe, and I agree. I wouldn't change it either.
Samir Jones. Freeman went down in the lane, gets up.
Now they're getting to the high post over Vallis.
There's a 3 up and no good from Samir Jones. The rebound is taken by Vallis, and he's fouled.
And that happens a lot. When you're in a zone, sometimes you have difficulty rebounding the ball, especially a long rebound there. Vallis did a nice job of flowing to the basket and was able to get the rebound and get to the foul line.
Fouls on Urbanus, who didn't like the call. Grabbed his head with both hands when they signaled 22 to the table. Vallis has 15 points in the game.
Urbanus has at least 3, I think.
Misses the free throw. He's missed 3 of them. Pleasantville altogether has missed 7, 8.
Yeah, that's not going to help you.
Second one's good. He's got 16 points. 50-41, St. Joe on top, as you can see. And here's Ross, just needs another point, and the celebration will start here. Pressured by Samir Jones. Tries to bounce to Blackwell and throws it. Ooh.
Yeah, Vallis touched that just so it was going out of bounds.
All right, it's St. Joe possession.
Ross is going to have to work very hard to handle this ball to take this game home, let alone score his 2,000 point.
Yeah. It comes in to Urbanus. He drives hard into the lane. The shot's up no good. Goes up for the rebound. Ross has it. Feeds Blackwell for a layup.
Yeah, Ross has done a nice job with everything. Probably the best thing tonight is rebounding the ball.
11-point lead for St. Joe, and a foul is called as Samir Jones goes to the basket.
Yeah, he went to the basket and tried to get through 3 defensive players. I think he got a little lucky getting a call there because he did expose the ball, and it wasn't a real athletic move.
Ian Brown draws the foul. The first free throw is good. 12 for Jones. Elijah Jones checks into the game for Pleasantville, along with Gonzalez.
Let's see if the defense improves now with the length of Jones and the quickness with Gonzalez.
Makes another one. (52-43). 9-point lead for St. Joe. Here's Ross to the basket, loses it. But Urbanus comes up with it, and he's fouled up and behind by Gonzalez.
Yeah, no question about that. Great strip there on the penetration by Ross. Both hands went up, the ball went down. That's how they teach the referees not to make that call. But there's no question Gonzalez got Urbanus from behind.
Absolutely no question. You know, it was almost a crime.
Yep.
He was riding him.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with the call, though.
First free throw good by Urbanus.
I don't know, from our angle, I didn't think that was coming close to the rim, but that's how much we can see here.
He's got 8. Second one, another high arcing shot. He's got 9. St. Joe by 11. Freeman with the ball. Skip pass. Now they get it on the right side to Gonzalez. His 3's off the rim. Brown, long pass for Ross. He's got it. He lays it up. He missed it. The rebound by Samir Jones. Vallis gets the layup on the pass from Jones. He's got 18 points. Cuts the lead to 9. Blackwell. Urbanus. Urbanus lane to the basket, and he's fouled by Samir Jones.
Yeah, but that whole sequence was set up by Brown making that little give and go pass there to get the ball up the floor quickly so that St. Joe had an advantage.
Looks like a third foul on Samir Jones.
Yeah, Blackwell has got that ball back from Brown and created the opening, and then Urbanus took it to the rim.
Two-tenths of a second left. And Urbanus makes the free throw. We told you earlier that St. Augustine defeated Millville 72-57. Well, Cedar Creek has defeated Mainland 62-61, and Jalen Freeman almost threw one in for the National Conference Championship, assuming Mainland beats Lower Cape May tomorrow. So there's still something happening tomorrow night.
Yeah, so then who's that put in front? Ocean City or Mainland in the seeding for the Cal tournament?
That's right. Brown under pressure. Gets it back. His team's up 11. St. Joe would be wise to use some clock, but not cut down their quickness and their momentum. Urbanus, 3 head fakes at once. Gets the ball back to Ross. Baseline, back out to Blackwell. Here's Brown for 3. Rebound, offensive rebound. They get it to Blackwell. His shot blocked in there by Elijah Jones. There goes Vallis, and he's fouled.
Freeman defensively has really been special tonight, staying in front of Ross. I know he has 21 points, but still, as many opportunities that Ross has with the ball, Freeman's really done a nice job.
He's a very good defensive player.
Yeah.
Vallis is on the line here for 1-1, and back into the game is Jordan Stafford for St. Joe.
Yeah, you wonder if St. Joe does start to work the clock here a little bit, and sometimes that hurts the offensive team. They lose their rhythm.
Blackwell has 4 fouls. Free throw's no good. The rebound chased down by Griffin.
Tough to come back when you're missing foul shots.
Urbanus down the baseline, puts it up and in.
Yeah, Jones relaxed for a second as Urbanus looked away, and then he was able to drive baseline and finish.
He's got 13. Here's 3 from Freeman. It's good.
Yeah, he hasn't taken many perimeter shots tonight, but that one looked really nice.
He's got 9. It's a 10-point St. Joe lead. Ross, top of the key, spins to the basket. Shot no good. Rebound out of bounds to St. Joe.
Another tremendous job defensively. And you know what? I got to give credit for the referees allowing Freeman and the other players to play defense and not just looking like something might be a foul every time someone leaves their feet.
Brown. There's the pass for Ross, and Freeman knocks it out of bounds.
Oh, what a great cover, too. He jumped above that baseline screen, was able to get his hands on the ball. Really nice job.
Ross to inbound. He's pinned against the sideline. He's going to use a timeout. Freeman slapped the ball out of his hands, but he had just called for timeout. Otherwise, that'd be a technical foul.
Yeah, there's
no. It's St. Joe possession. They lead by 10. There's 6:42 left.
Tough place to inbound the ball right here.
Yeah, Ross to inbound. And they finally get it to Urbanus. He drives strong. Shot's no good. Vallis with the rebound. Samir Jones. St. Joe containing with that zone.
Yeah, not trapping anymore.
3 on the way from Samir Jones is no good. Rebound is up and good by Elijah Jones.
Yeah, kind of a little floater there. I thought he was going to straighten up and try to bring down the rim, but put the little floater in with some nice touch.
Cuts the lead to 8. Urbanus gets it to Ross. Ross down the baseline. Swatted out of bounds by Elijah Jones.
Yeah,
it's tough to shoot a floater with a 6'7" guy hanging on.
Yeah, Ross is getting a little frustrated with Freeman. I would too. This kid's tough to play against.
Comes into Urbanus. Stafford. And a backcourt violation. Pleasantville gets the ball. They're down 8. We want to send, by the way, our best wishes out to Guy Gargan.
Yeah.
He's sports writer long time for the Press of Atlantic City, who apparently had a fall covering the Ocean City mainland swim meet and had to be taken to the hospital. We hope it's He recovers quickly. Who's going to cover swimming? I mean, he does a terrific job. Here's a three on the way from Gonzalez off the rim. The rebound taken by Ross.
Yeah, that's the new popular pass now. Dribble baseline and then find someone in the opposite corner or opposite mid-corner to get a shot off.
Tough screen. Ross to the basket, misses it. Rebound by Jones. A screen knocked Freeman to the floor. Here's a shot, no good by Samir Jones. Rebound by Elijah Jones, and he misses the follow. Brown dribbles through defense to Ross. Ross turns. He's fouled. And he will go to the line.
Yeah, they had him surrounded in there, but they reached down when the ball was low, and it's easy for a referee to see.
Everybody in the gym knows what that means. 4 fouls on Samir Jones, by the way. He has 2 free throws here. He's missed 4 in the game. 5:07 left fourth quarter. 2,000.
You don't get to see that very often. 1,000 is tough anymore. Although there were a bunch of kids this year get 1,000. 2,000 is just really, really difficult to
Only
do.
10 players have scored 2,000 points in the Cape Atlantic League. 2 others, Lamar Greer at Middle Township and Keon Flanders at Wildwood in the area, scored 2,000 points, though Greer scored some of his points at Overbrook, too. But he is now number 10. And he's 27 points behind Walter Hurd. The all-time record is 2,505 by Reggie Miller. And when you think about it, George, I mean, he did that in 1976.
Oh, yeah.
43 years ago.
And the game was no three-pointers. Game was played at a different pace. Yeah, that's a little different.
22 games regular season.
Yeah.
Of course, he didn't shoot threes anyway, but there were no three-pointers.
Yep.
That just shows how dominant he was. Now, Josh Wright of Cape May Tech has moved up to number 2 all time with 2,311 points, but I do not think he will have enough points to catch up to Reggie Miller, or enough opportunities. I don't know what happened there in front of the
something's
scores
going
table.
over there. I know that the coaches weren't happy with each other. But I'm not sure if Wright from Cape May Tech, didn't he score 2,000 just the other night?
No, back in January.
Oh, he did.
He had a good week, though, last week.
Good.
He hit a 3 at the buzzer to beat Lower Cape May and made a free throw with no time left on the clock to beat Middle Township.
Okay.
All rivals.
There you go.
I'm not sure whether the problem was between the coaches.
Yeah, there's no kids involved there. I'm not sure what the ruling was.
But Butch Warner was upset about something, and then one of his assistants got upset. All this happening during a celebration for Marcellus Ross. He's still got a free throw coming, by the way.
This is a little odd. You don't usually see this in celebrations. But gives us something to talk about at least.
We got the big 2,000 balloons right next to us.
At least they're not right in front of us.
All right, now he's got to shoot the second free throw to make it a 10-point lead, which now becomes the focus. Everybody was kind of looking for that 2,000th point. Now that they got that, all these St. Joe fans want the win.
Yeah, now the kids got to refocus. That happens sometimes when you're celebrating and then you lose track of what's really important.
Makes it 2001. Freeman to the basket. He's bumped, but he gets it up. The rolls off the rim, however. And he gets the rebound. Kind of threw Brown to the ground, I thought, but the foul's going to be called on St. Joe.
No quitting that kid. But the interesting thing is Samir Jones has 4 fouls, and he's still in the game with 5 minutes left. And I understand they're down 10. But that's an interesting decision there.
It's going to send Freeman to the line. He's 2 for 3. He has 9 points in the game. Makes the first one. Played his freshman year at Wildwood Catholic. Sophomore, junior at Middle Township. Senior here at St. Joe. He scored his 1,000th point here earlier this season. Second free throw is also good. He's got 11. And back into the game is Alejandro Rosado. 60-52, St. Joe by 8. Little less than 5 minutes. Oops, the ball comes loose, and Ross loses it out of bounds.
That's a byproduct of all that pressure. You try to catch and turn a little quickly. You don't know if they're coming the trap, and you don't look the ball into your hands.
Elijah Jones back into the game. He's out for about 2 seconds.
Just enough to allow him to come back in.
Yeah. Freeman gets it to Samir Jones down the baseline. Blocked and stolen away by Ross.
He brought that back to his left hand for Ross.
Ross tried to feed to Brown, but the defenders knocked it out of bounds. Well, somebody's hurt at the other end of the court in Pleasantville.
It's Jones, and I think Coach Warner got a technical because he wanted the referees to stop the play, and they can't. They can't stop the play in that situation.
It was at the opposite end of the court, as you could see, and Butch Warner came way too far out onto the court.
Yeah, absolutely.
St. Joe players are all going over. Oh, they've ejected Warner. So that's going to be 4 free throws and the ball for St. Joe. (60-52), St. Joe by 8.
Yeah, I didn't know what to say about that 8-point game. That's it's definitely going to make this more difficult now with 4 foul shots. Although we haven't shot the ball great from the foul line tonight, so.
Let's clarify that too, George. When somebody's down on the ground, apparently hurt, unless you think it's an absolute emergency, the play continues unless it's in their vicinity.
Yes.
And this play went to the opposite end of the court. He was still lying down.
Yep.
And you don't stop it until they're coming back his way.
Yep.
Now, if he was bleeding or screaming or something like that, they might, because they want to get
be safety. Yep, no question.
Sometimes you'll see the trainer come onto the court while the play's going on. In a case like that too.
Yep.
Ross is shooting these free throws, so he's now up to 24 points in 2002. And he's got 2 more. He makes the first 2. 25 points.
Yeah, you know, in the first half, you wondered whether he was going to get the 22 for 2000. Now he's going to surpass that well and some.
Most importantly, though, he's made 5 straight free throws.
Yeah.
He missed 4 in the first half. 6 straight, 27 points, 2005 career points for Marcellus Ross, and St. Joe's is up 12, and they have the basketball. So the results of tonight, with Cedar Creek's upset win over Mainland, with St. Augustine handily defeating Millville, and with the St. Joe in control here against Pleasantville, are going to impact that seeding meeting for the Cape Atlantic League.
Yeah, plus I think Millville played both Pleasantville and St. Joe. I know at least St. Joe.
Yeah. They did not play Pleasantville. Millville did not play Pleasantville. Urbanus with the ball to the basket. Reverse layup is good.
I'm not a big fan of that Euro step, but he did that very well right there.
If anybody should be able to do it, it's him. 15 points. Shot missed at the other end. Stafford got the rebound. And now I think St. Joe will really start to take some time off in each possession. They're up 14.
Yeah, you would think. I'm not sure Pleasantville's going to give them much option to slow that ball down. They're going to attack the ball, in which case sometimes St. Joe might be better off attacking.
That's 5 fouls on Samir Jones.
Yeah, that makes it even a little tougher.
All-star football player and terrific basketball player. He started his high school career at Mainland.
I don't think he knows.
Or he's just waiting to get told. Alejandro Rosado will replace him. Jones sits down with 13 points. Two shots. Jordan Stafford hasn't scored yet. He averages about 6 a game. Played last year at Absegami. Makes the first.
Yeah, he actually had a decent year last year for Absegami.
You could tell this young man's going to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, he was good, but he's going to be real good.
Yep.
Makes them both. With all the seniors on this team, he'll get his shot next year.
Oh, no question.
Freeman with the ball. Double team, gives up his dribble. And a foul is called on Ross.
Well, St. Joe's zone has definitely been the difference in the second half. It's made everything Pleasantville does more difficult, and to be honest with you, they forced a ton against the zone. So that switch by Coach Rodeo was a nice move.
Jalen Freeman has 11 points. He'll shoot a 1-and-1. Well, I guess it's 2. Second free throw coming.
Looks like Coach Warner's son, Cameron's now running the show there on the sideline. He's no longer with us.
Yeah, he's the JV coach. He can't stand up, though, because the whole coaching staff loses that option when there's a technical foul. Timeout, St. Joe. 3:58 left in the fourth quarter. The Wildcats are up by 15. Next Level Greats Football Club, often known as NLG to the players, is one of the top football development organizations in New Jersey. It started in 2013 and has helped roughly 128 players earn scholarships to college. The goal of the program is to help young athletes change their life by using football as their vehicle for success. NLG stresses high academics for all of its athletes because the better your academics, the better chance you have of earning a scholarship, whether academic or athletic. Young athletes can register at nextlevelgreats.com. So again, St. Augustine has defeated Millville 72-57 to clinch the American Conference Championship and the number 2 seed, you would think, in the Cape Atlantic Tournament. And Cedar Creek has upset Mainland 62-61, so Ocean City can tie for the National Conference Championship by beating Cedar Creek tomorrow night at the Dixie Howell Gymnasium. And who knows what that'll do to the seedings. It could push Ocean City up ahead of Mainland, which would mean the Raiders would not go to St. Augustine on Friday. They'd go to Pleasantville or Millville or St. Joe or... It's
interesting to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that win by Cedar Creek, it's really a nice win for the team. They're young, they're rebuilding. They won some games at the end of last season. This season started out a little rough, but they've had a nice little turnaround here in the second half of the season.
Ian Brown makes the first free throw. Ocean City barely beat Cedar Creek at Cedar Creek earlier this year. Had to come from behind and won on a buzzer beater by Donovan Graham. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night. Becomes a lot more impressive game. 17 points for Ian Brown. There's a foul at the other end of the court. If it's on Stafford, I think that's 5, but we'll see.
This could be a long last 3:45 because Pleasantville's not going to give up, and Freeman's getting that ball and he's attacking the rim. And as long as St. Joe keeps fouling him, he'll go to the foul line and that clock will stop, and we'll be here for a while longer.
And can't do that, though.
No, he got to make the fouls, yep.
Even if that's his 3rd miss, he had made 3 in a row.
I think the concern for St. Joe is Bailey has not come back in. He's holding that knee. It's not wrapped or ice or anything, but...
Well, with his lead, would you take the chance anyway?
No, that's my point. Yeah, I agree. So, but just seeing him flex that knee would make me nervous because he was a difference when he came in the second half.
Freeman has 13. Pressure. Ball loose by Stafford, and a foul is called. Brown will go to the line.
Why does that name Stafford sound familiar to me? Did he have an older brother that played at Apsagami, maybe?
Possibly. Noel Gonzalez draws the foul, and Brown shoots a pair.
Oh, I'm surprised that was a miss. I was about to say Brown's very solid in just about everything he does. At least I didn't jinx him on that foul shot.
Urbanus has made 5 of 5 free throws.
Yeah, he's been very aggressive looking for his shot here in the second half.
18 for Brown. It's a 17-point lead. Strong move by Gonzalez. Off the glass, no good. Vallis had the ball but lost it out of bounds. It's St. Joe possession.
Yeah, Gonzalez is quick enough to get himself opportunities in the lane, but he's just not able to finish over the size or maybe even controlling his body as he gets into the lane.
Ross in the backcourt. Brown double teamed. Back to Ross. Brown finds Stafford open. He doesn't shoot it. Urbanus.
Yeah, I thought for a minute he was supposed to pull that out, but Coach Rodeo was screaming at him to shoot the ball, so that wasn't the game plan.
Stafford pressured. You can hear sometimes Paul Rodeo yell no when he doesn't want him to shoot. Here's a steal by Gonzalez. To the basket, lays it in.
Yeah, another nice job off the ball by Gonzalez. It's a little surprised to see Ross play around with the ball there. He knows he's getting pressure. You can't put the ball behind your back.
He's got 4 points, does Gonzalez. And Brown is fouled. No, we might not have a foul here.
No, it's a shame. He had his hand on the ball, but then he reached around with that second hand. But I think the trail of far official gave the timeout to Rodeo before the foul could be called.
Timeout St. Joe. They lead by 15 with 2.5 minutes left. Need a sign? You need Captain Charlie. Captain Charlie uses Blue Water Graphics and Cape Signs to create signs for real estate and other businesses. They do construction site signs and window lettering for your business. They can also provide the lettering for your van, truck, car, or boat. You can reach Blue Water Graphics at 609-823-8891. Cape Signs is at 856-506-0610. Signs, banners, vehicles, windows, they can supply whatever lettering you need at Blue Water Graphics and Cape Signs.
So here's a question for you. If a team would have played 24 games before the Cal tournament and they got to the Cal final, they couldn't play it?
Well, it happened. I'm trying to think of who it was. And the NJSI wavered it because it was for a league championship.
Gotcha.
I think they'll allow you to play 27 if you get to the Cape Atlantic final every year, but they never applied for that permission. Urbanus to the basket, looked like a halfback. He just tucked the ball in and took a couple steps. He's called for traveling.
I thought he traveled at first when he first made the jab step move there, but then he got called for the travel when he tried to take that second long step, or I guess third.
Griffin replaces him. 71-56. Wonder if he's used to playing with a shot clock. Here's a steal by Stafford. Lead for Brown, who lays it in.
Yeah, another nice pass, and Brown getting out in front of the play again.
20 for Brown, 47 for the backcourt. That basket's going to count. And I think Brown draws the foul. Maybe it's Ross. Couldn't see the signal.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's exactly supposed to count in high school basketball. He got bumped out by the foul line and took a couple steps, but I guess in a 17-point game, or 19 as it was, they'll make that call.
Vellis has 20, and a free throw coming. It's good. 21 points. Two minutes exactly remaining here in the fourth quarter. A 17-point lead for St. Joe. So they're going to split with Pleasantville. And basically they'll finish tied for second place. Here's a steal by Freeman. And he lays it in and he's fouled, which you don't want to do.
Yeah, it's a shame. Stafford did a real nice job in their press offense of flashing back to the ball when he saw his man switch out, but then made the Cardinals sin there of crossing half court and not picking up his dribble, but going behind his back, and I think he was triple teamed there.
Griffin draws the foul. The free throw's good by Freeman. He's now got 16 points. He's got 10 of them here in the fourth quarter, but his team's still down 11. Stafford throws it away. Actually, it looked like Blackwell could have gotten that ball, but he thought somebody else was at the sideline.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah, that was a catchable ball. It would have been a nice catch.
He just let it go.
Yeah, he did. And Stafford got pulled out of the game.
Urbanus is back in.
Make a three here. This could get interesting.
Well, here's a try. Off the rim, no good by McFadden. But the rebound by Jones, and Elijah Jones scores down the lane. He's got 4 points, and it's a single-digit lead.
Nice left-handed finish, too, from the big kid.
And here's a steal by Vallis. He's at the foul line, spins off way short with it. He's out of bounds to Pleasantville.
Yeah, little composure there. They get a good opportunity. It's only 9 right now. This is a big possession.
It's stepped and stolen by Blackwell. Great play. And then he's fouled by McLaughlin.
Oh, that would drive me crazy as a coach right there. Easy ball fake, and you got the bounce pass to the player open the corner. Tried a little look away, reach over pass. Thank God I'm not coaching anymore.
But a great response by Blackwell, who was only a couple feet away and jumped up and made that interception. He's going to shoot. First one is no good. That's his first free throw attempt. Second shot's good. 6 for Blackwell. 74-64. 3 on the way. No good by McFadden. Urbanus has the rebound. Blackwell gets it to Ross, who's triple teamed and fouled. Or was that a timeout?
Oh, I guess another timeout.
Timeout, St. Joe. 1:09 left, fourth quarter. They lead by 10. They got to get rid of that rule, George. I don't think a coach should be allowed to call timeout when the clock's running. It's just too confusing.
Now that I'm not coaching, I agree with you.
If you're planning a party and want to make it special, get It's a Rodeo custom on-site catering involved. Rodeo Catering has provided a wide variety of food and drink to gatherings all over New Jersey. From birthday parties to wedding receptions to spectacular tailgating at major sports events. When you plan your next event, make your first call to John Rodeo at 609-839-6209. You set the date, they bring the party. It's a Rodeo Custom Catering. Email them at itsarodeo@gmail.com.
Yeah, you look back at those 2 technical fouls were really important and changed the complexion of this game.
I don't remember if they scored off the inbound.
I was wondering that too. I was going to ask.
I think Urbanus scored now that I think about it, and they made all 4 free throws.
Yeah.
So if we're right, that's 6 points. They may have had the ball anyway, though.
They did. It was deflected out of bounds.
Yeah.
And that's what led to everything else.
Blackwell, Pleasantville's not fouling, though. Here's a ball out of bounds. St. Joe's is going to keep it. It'll come inbounds from Blackwell. Brown on the wing. There's Ross. Blackwell into the lane. He's going to shoot. He's fouled.
Oh, I thought for a minute he was going to call travel. His feet looked a little odd. I couldn't see from up here, but he called the shot on a foul.
Fouls on Rosado. So St. Joe's going to improve to 16-4. They've split now with Pleasantville. Both of them lost twice to Wildwood Catholic, and we'll leave it up to the committee to decide what's going to happen here. But there's a lot, 3 games. Well, this game and the mainland loss to Cedar Creek definitely have impact. I guess the St. Augustine win over Millville, you could say, might be expected.
Yeah, that's what you would kind of have thought. I'm not even sure if Millville would have won that game. That would have bumped St. Augustine below them.
You're right, because they would have split.
Yeah.
7 points for Blackwell as he makes the second shot. They're up by 11. Shot by Freeman, no good. And Freeman goes in, ties up Blackwell, and trying to pull the ball away from him, flips Blackwell onto the floor.
And but not a illegal or nasty play. He was just stronger, and unfortunately Blackwell was in a bad position. But Blackwell got up. They're shaking hands right now. It was just good hard play.
Comes in at half court. McFadden for 3. It's off to the left, and Brown has the rebound.
You wonder if that isn't where Pleasantville calls off the dogs.
Ross passes to Brown, right side. Here's an interception by Vallis. He's out front, ducks it. They needed a timeout there. Maybe they don't have any.
No, they have some timeouts.
23 points for him. 9-point lead for St. Joe. And they foul Yamir Diggs, the 5'6" freshman.
Well, Pleasantville kept playing hard, even when you look at the scoreboard now and you don't think it's a game you can come back and win. They're still getting after the ball.
I think the cover picture on the St. Joe basketball yearbook has got to be Bailey and Diggs standing next to each other. The young man can shoot. You could tell that by the way they set him up for threes in the first half. Here he's on the line. really concentrating. 2 perfect shots.
The shorts remind me of Tyrone Muggsy Bogues.
To the basket, Freeman feeds Jones inside. Ball's knocked away from him and out of bounds. It'll be, oh, no, he last touched it. St. Joe possession, 5 seconds. And Ross brings it across half court. He can celebrate a big win for Pleasantville. It might mean a home game for St. Joe. You don't know. It'll change the seating a little. And also, 2,005 points in his career, 38 points away from the school record. He becomes the 10th player in Cape Atlantic League basketball to score 2,000 points. And a good effort. You especially were impressed with St. Joe's defense.
Yeah, they really, well, I was expecting to see it the entire game. Again, I think because it was senior night and they didn't have the normal lineup in there to start the game, Coach Rodeo played a lot of man, and it was competitive, but man, did that zone defense make a difference. And you know what? These two teams could play again in the first round of the Cape Atlantic League tournament, and we could be right back here.
Absolutely. Thanks to Anne Marie Mercado and Paul.